for the loss of your father and brother.
Immediately.
Now, there's no one left to help you. I have such
No, so what I was going to tell you...
This guy's like hitting a woman.
Jeez. So what I was going to tell you was... Oh, okay.
I grow tired of this game. Finish him, and do not spare the women. What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself.
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all!
What a pussy. He runs away.
So what I was going to say was... Everyone came from the Fertile Crescent, but somehow the Fertile Crescent is like one of the only areas in the world that can't move on in how it sees women.
Yep.
And how it sees religion, by the way, too, because religion is something worth murdering over.
Yeah.
And I would argue that there are extremists in every culture and every area, but religious wars have been the most violent forever in that area.
Yeah.
Outside of, well, no, they just have been, because I was going to say outside of a few skirmishes in Native American cultures over war, and the whole, like, Lutheran versus Catholicism war, which I forget the name of. Like,
Right.
that was a pretty big Christian war, just, like, between Christian people.
Right.
You have my thanks.
Keep the sword, Ezio.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Don't you recognize me? It's a me, Mario.
Uncle Mario.
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long. I heard what happened in Firenze. Terrible. Come, let's get you all away from here.
Okay, maybe we should finish this discussion here. I don't, at the end of the day, I don't hate the Middle East. I find it to be
No.
a very fascinating place. I think its culture is really interesting and pretty cool, actually. And I think that 99.9% of people you meet there are, I would assume, nice like anywhere else. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Would be kind to you, don't actually do anything
Right.
outstanding, good or bad, honestly. It's like anywhere else. But I think that there is a societal issue still from certain parts of the world, and that's not the only one, of how women are viewed. I think America has improved tenfold on that. I think so has Europe. But I think that a lot of places haven't. You know, like, we're talking about countries where if your daughter had an OnlyFans, she could be murdered for being a whore.
Right.
And
or,
if someone raped her, it would be justified.
Right. Or countries where if you had a daughter, she would be murdered.
That's true. That's a thing, too.
Yep.
Or countries where if you were going to have a daughter, they could perform an abortion because it's not worth having a daughter.
Right.
That's a different place, but I'm just pointing it out. So when people are like, oh, you know, America bad, to me it's like, well, America need improvement, but that bad. That's bad, not
Right.
this. I don't know, but I'm sure something I said will come off as racist, so who cares, right? Like, let's just say I am one and move on. We might as well all just say that. Even though I'm not, like, we might as well just agree that I am. Like, I can't argue with you.
Right. Well,
What? I'm just saying, like, you know, anytime you talk about any culture other than white Christian, someone's like, this is racist. So it's like, sure, everyone in the world's racist. You win. Good job. No one can talk about anything.
Right.
Congratulations.
We can't point out the faults of anyone else but white people.
No.
There you go.
Good.
I guess you won.
Yeah, good
You
job.
won your moral high ground for the day. Now you can go to bed happy so you can wake up tomorrow and be angry again.
Wake up and share your cat food with your 12 other roommates. Have a fantastic day. Like, just piss off, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you want to turn everything into that, then every historian ever is racist. Every, you know, person of any kind that's ever talked about a different culture is racist.
yeah.
That's what this was all about.
Right.
Like, was MLK racist when he talked about bad things that white people were doing to his people? No. He was just being moral.
Right.
So, like, if I say, again, you know, so if I say, like, hey, I don't like this way this culture treats women,
Bad.
I'm allowed to say that.
Right.
Like, and you can't do
Well,
a
and
damn
also
thing
it's-
about it. What are you going to do?
What's also funny is that was a very feminist statement that you made. I think that culture should treat women better.
I know.
It's like,
People
well-
always get mad about stuff, though. It's like all the time. It's exhausting. It's just obnoxious. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to do? Kill me for what I say? Come to my house. I have a gun.
Jeez.
I will defend myself.
Jeez.
Are you going to cancel me? Okay, fine.
Are you going to enact like some Southern justice?
No, I'm just
like,
saying,
what is going on here?
I'm just saying, like, people are like...
Come to my house, I have like 12 guns!
People are like threatening of people for how they talk. Like, oh, you know, you said this thing about this person. Like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, okay, well, like... Unlike some people, I'm not afraid to defend myself or my family for my freedom of speech.
Right.
Try it.
Right.
You know, like, what are you going to do? Or, like, you know, I don't know. Like, you cancel me? Okay, well, I already don't have a real job anyways. You're going to get me kicked off of my minimum wage YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You've ruined my entire life. What am I going to do? But people, like, are always looking for something or some way to hurt people who speak things they believe in that don't agree with them. And it's like, fine, then just do it. Like,
right.
You're not gonna win. You're just gonna look like an ass.
Right. But then they think they'll win.
Right. But like, people push back against that stuff now pretty hard. You know, it's like if you get canceled online, you're almost going to grow. Do you know how much more Gina Carano has become worth, like, monetarily since getting canceled? A lot.
Yeah.
Like, people want to work with her. She has like millions of conservative fans flooding to her just to own the libs.
Right.
Like, people are so tribal now that if your tribe attacks someone, the other tribe will just rally behind them.
Yeah.
Why bother? Just ignore them. If you want to hurt someone, ignore them.
Or try to educate them.
No.
Like, be like, wow, that was kind of racist. Well, this is why it's racist. There you go.
No. That doesn't matter. You don't do that.
It's like, no. Or
execution is better.
Or we could piss them off, so then they go out their whole life hating them even more. There we go.
That is the interesting thing when someone who is like a little bit racist is like,
We're almost there.
it doesn't excuse it, but like people push them over and over and over and over again instead of trying to help them.
Yeah.
And then they become more racist and they're like, how did this happen?
It's like, well, because you didn't help them. You just gave them reasons to hate you.
Yeah. I don't get it at all. People are very stupid. It's kind of like that guy you talked about in history, that one president who said, like, why don't you try to secede and I'll just kill you. What was that guy again?
Zachary Taylor.
Okay. Like with the Civil War. I'm assuming someone who's watching this didn't watch that, where, like, the Civil War was going to possibly happen, and that President Zachary Taylor, who had been a general in the U.S. military, was like, oh, why don't you try to secede? I'll lead the army myself and kick your ass.
Yep.
And, like, piss them off more and sped up the process of the Civil War happening.
Yeah.
So...
And what's actually funny about Zachary Taylor is...
Oh my gosh, this is boring.
His daughter married Jefferson Davis.
Wow.
Until she died, and then they were forced to leave.
That must have really pissed him off.
Why?
Because Jefferson Davis was like the racist guy, wasn't he?
Well, he was the leader of the Confederates.
Right.
The president.
And his whole point was, like, hating that they wanted to leave.
But at that point, Jefferson Davis was not the president of the Confederacy.
But he became it.
Yes.
And she was married to the president of the Confederacy.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I thought you'd come here to train.
at that point he wasn't. Because he was also friends with, like, U.S. Grant and all them.
Right.
He was just, like, kind of a military guy.
Right, but I'm saying that once he became that president, that must have been frustrating for him that his daughter was married to the president of the Confederacy.
Oh, you didn't know that. Zachary Taylor was already dead.
Oh, okay.
He
Well,
died in
I
1850.
I didn't know this, okay?
No,
Like, I'm sorry, I didn't...
Zachary Taylor died in 1850.
I'm sorry, I haven't studied the definition of Zachary Taylor's balls or whatever. I should probably work on this.
Zachary Taylor's other son actually became a Confederate general later on, too.
So everyone just hated Zach.
Yeah. Well, Zachary Taylor was also a Southerner. Like, he was from the South.
Whoa.
He owned a plantation, but he hated people wanting to secede from the Union.
Right. Here, there's a vantage point up above
Because he
you.
loved his country.
Can I point out, by the way, that we're not racist
Yeah.
at all. You can think we are or think whatever you want, but we're not. The come to my house comment was like 99% a joke, by the way.
Right.
I don't literally ever want to hurt anybody.
Right.
So just so that's out there. And, you know, Orange Man bad. Like,
Okay, there you go. You cleaned up your messes.
Just wanted to put it out there.
Drumpf. Bad.
Bad guy. Don't like him. Also, nothing happened in the story to this point. All it was His uncle said, "I'm Mario. Check out my bro
It's
Luigi."
me, Mario.
He said, "I thought you came here to train." Ezio said, "No, I didn't. What would I train for?" And then he said, "Well, you can stay here." He's like, "I don't really want to." And he's like, "Well, you should." And then he said, "There's a lot of tribalism and fights going on." Okay, cool. That's it. That's all that happened here. That's why we were talking through this whole thing, just so people know.
Okay, let's buy some leather greaves.
Nice. Air your grievances.
Do I have to buy this dagger, cloak and dagger?
Yeah, that's a show in the MCU.
Is that your favorite show ever?
I haven't watched it at all. It looked really bad.
So by that you mean you love it?
By that I mean I adore it.
Nice. Now what do we have to do? We have to buy medicine?
Meds, dude. Buy some diazepam.
I'm gonna buy some cigarettes. Wait, container full.
I will be here should you
Okay.
So you already had it.
All
You were
right.
ahead of the game, dude.
Armor increases your maximum health. Okay.
Of course it does.
Nice. That was a nice mission.
Yep. That was a memory sink, dude.
I'm gonna steal from that woman.
Of course. You should always steal from the poor. Steal. They call me the reverse Robin Hood. I steal from the poor and I give to the rich. They also just call me a capitalist.
I go by both names.
We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know.
Was this whole place made of marble?
Remember we could go back here in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood?
Yeah, but doesn't it get destroyed?
Yeah.
Oh, you go back here in the real world.
Yeah.
Remember your base is here?
Yeah.
That was sick.
And then you could actually go underground too.
This is one of the best homesteads in the whole franchise.
I know. I like this one. I also like the one
Salute
from
there,
3.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And quickly too, and facto. Now,
Hey, quickly too. You're fat.
As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio,
My friend
you barely
Ben,
have
he's
your own
fat.
experience. You won't survive.
Eats too much
without
pasta.
rope. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself.
Redefend yourself?
Not
That's
for
not
me.
possible.
For your mother and sister.
Was my gun comment
Fine.
way too far?
Optimal.
You think so?
Maybe a little bit.
Wait, really?
He's like, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to commit castle doctrine on other people.
I know a thing or two about that, clearly from my joke.
Oh, I thought you meant from experience. So
No.
Okay.
Be sure. But
A sword? Who says sword?
What's wrong with
It's like you
sword?
would. What did you say stupidly today?
You said
Nursery.
my father was more than just a banker.
It's so dumb. It's nursery.
It's nursery.
Yes, you just said it right.
No, nursery.
But you said nursery before.
Okay.
Told you before. My father
So what's
was a
wrong? I
paper
said the
pusher.
same thing.
No, it's not the same thing, and you don't get off that easy.
I find this difficult to believe.
I find
What
your
if
lack
it
of
is
faith
you care?
disturbing.
Do you think it's merely a catalog of debts? It holds the
Can I, like,
names
attack
of
this
those
guy?
responsible
Press
for your
X to quick
father's
step.
murder.
Okay. How's that influencing the attack?
I don't know. So you couldn't do that before?
I
Ben,
tried, but it
I've
didn't work.
taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
This talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Oh, I have
Like
some
something
fantasies.
from an old parchment covered in arcane writing, perhaps?
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I think
Jeez.
you have the codex page to hold it well.
He just kicks him in the balls.
Jeez.
Alright, counter that attack, Ezio.
I only haven't been talking because I thought maybe this dialogue would be a little important.
It's not.
It's a little important.
Jeez.
Okay.
I guess this guy's mad.
Hey, Ben, I hear you're fat. Stop calling me that. I'm big boned.
Hey, Ben! You're fat! That's it.
Today I'm
That's
going to
it.
teach you how to position yourself
Hey,
back.
Ben, word around the office is you have a fat cock.
Maybe we can rub fat cocks together sometime.
Don't think I have seen you picking apart my library.
Hold R2 and press X while moving away from your enemy to quickly exit a fight.
Yes,
Okay.
my father was an
I just
assassin.
ran towards him.
But why the
Well, you
need
got
for
out.
some secrecy?
Are you
That's not exiting a fight, that's running towards him.
One of several
What's with those
orders
tattoos?
formed during the Crusades. History
Defeat
teaches
Mario?
they disbanded nearly 200 years ago.
Jeez, I don't want to defeat Mario.
Only they weren't.
Ezio, you need to murder me.
On the ground, where they continue firing.
Doesn't really seem like a fair fight at all.
So it's interesting how... Did you know that the assassins in this, they're based on a branch of Islam? There was like a branch of Islam that was inspired this. I'll get into it in a minute.
You've really come into your own.
Thank you, Uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family, such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine! Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait!
like
Why
mad.
is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived.
He's been
To be
harassing
expected, I
them?
suppose, given his heritage.
Was that a racial comment?
I think so.
Go to Mario? What, are we gonna sleep with him? Go
Find Mario in his bedroom.
Ezio, it's me, your uncle. Well, you know where this is going.
Ezio, I'm your uncle.
Uncle!
Now go into bed with me.
Now go
Where
to
is
bed.
everyone? They
Oh,
arrived
those
from
are those
San Gimignano
papers.
to slay that snake.
Who is this guy?
Vieri di Pazzi, the youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family. This kid knew how
in
to
the
burn
banking
right
clan
through
from
his
Star
father's
Wars?
money.
What?
He's in the
Outside of
banking
spending
clan
sprees
from Star
involving
Wars.
weaponry,
Yeah, he joined
exotic
the
animals, and clothes, he was fiercely competitive. Vieri hosted races of all kinds, boating, horseback riding, running. All of them rigged, of course. And get this, if through some amazing stroke of luck he ever lost, he'd invite the winner's entire family over for a victory dinner and serve them a meal to die for.
That's what I call a victory royale.
I wish to join them. You'll find what you need at the stables.
Should we be done here? I was getting like really tired for some reason.
Those two. I'm glad we learned that quick step skill.